welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ezisani and this is Open Diary with Ezi. Please, if you are new, don't forget to subscribe, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you yet again for your support. So today we have a new sit down episode where I will be sharing 32 things that I have learned throughout my 32 years of living. Okay, and these are just some of the things that I feel are important to talk about and just deep dive into it. So please don't be surprised if I am looking on this side. That's where the laptop is, because obviously there's no way I was going to remember all 32 things. I had to note them down and then we can discuss and talk about it. But I really hope you guys will enjoy this video. So let's get right down into the video. The first one, I would say the first thing that I've learned throughout the 32 years is have a relationship with God. Like, guys, God is real. He is not a fiction. He is not a genie who will do things for you just because you want them now. But he is somebody who you want to have a relationship with. And I think for years I struggled with what is a relationship with God, okay? In terms of, everyone has an idea of how we should talk, not how we should talk, but more of how we should pray. There should be a formula of praying. You start by thanksgiving and then I realized as I was growing that God doesn't care. With him, it's about treating him as a friend, as a father, for you to crave to have a relationship with him. So you spending time with God might be singing, it might be journaling, it might be praying deep prayers for you, it might be waking up in the middle of the night to pray, it might be waking up early in the morning to pray, it might be time to study your Bible. But there's no one size fits all. Do what works for you. Do what doesn't feel like a chore to you. The moment something feels like a chore, then you know it is just not for you. So try and find ways of doing it. Like for me, I know the best way that I am able to communicate to God and feel his connection is if I journal down. That time of sitting, reading my Bible and journaling down is also a way of prayer. Remember, I think we complicate things. Prayer is basically just you talking to God. There's nothing else different. There's nothing else special. Prayer is you talking to God, and that is all he wants. So for me, I would say throughout my 32 years, I have no doubt that God is real. I have no doubt that heaven is real. I have no doubt that I am where I am today because God. I have no doubt that everything that I have is because of him. So yeah, I would say that's the first thing. Number 2, guys, take care of your health. Hey, you know, we live in a fast world where we talk so much about diets. Like, people only want to exercise because they want to lose weight. And I used to be one of those people. I will not lie to you. Like, exercise for me, it was linked with losing weight. And then as you grow, you realize that there's more to exercise than just losing weight. I know when I'm exercising, my mental health is good. Like, I feel so good. I don't have stress. I don't have anything. I have energy. Do you get it? Like, energy for me to say I can get up and play with my kids and do things that I want to do. My skin, it glows. So the more you grow, you realize that exercising shouldn't just be about losing weight, but instead overall health. Especially, let's say if you come from a family which has a history of BP, diabetes, all these different diseases that come. Do you realize that when you choose not to take care of yourself, you are choosing to go through the same path? Because it's unfortunate that some of those diseases do come from bloodlines or from the fact that one is not taking care of themselves as they should. So guys, let's take care of ourselves. Like, yo, guys, exercise. Do not link exercise to losing weight only. Yes, losing weight is a bonus, but the overall health, your mental health, your physical well-being, your skin, everything, I cannot emphasize it enough, guys. Take care of yourselves. For me, I always joke to say I want to be one of those hot mamas. You know, when I say hot mamas, I mean when you're working with your son when he's a teenager and they look at you and they're like, is he your brother? Yeah, but why? Because why age myself before my time? Because at the end of the day, if we are taking care of ourselves, we're eating right, we're exercising, the results, they definitely do show. Number 3, forgive yourselves of your past mistakes. Acknowledge them, learn from them, and move on. There is honestly no point in beating yourself up over things that you cannot change. And I do believe, I'm a firm believer that every single experience that you go through in life, there's something to learn from it. You can choose to take the positive out of it and you move on. But I don't think constantly beating yourself up about the mistakes that you have made in the past will help you in any way whatsoever. So, please, learn from your past mistakes, move on from them, and free yourself of the burden that you carry over the mistakes that you did. Because I mean, we all know we've all made mistakes, but I would say it's just not worth hanging on to in life. Now, number 4, it's okay to say no. Guys, I'm gonna repeat it. It's okay to say no. If you feel something doesn't add value to you, it's okay to say no. Guys, I feel we're at an age where spending time doing things I don't enjoy, doing things I don't love, is not worth it. Spending time trying to fit in onto a world where none of it matters. I'm at that stage where if it doesn't benefit me, if I don't enjoy it, if I don't like it, if I don't love it, I'm out. I am focused on doing things that I love to do. Why? Because life is short. Life is short, guys, for you to try and fit into a world where you don't even need to try and conform to the standards of the world. Like for me, right? I have made peace with the fact that I'm an introvert. I spend more time in my house than I do out there. I see my friends when I feel like seeing them. Why? Because that is me. And I have had to learn and realize that throughout the years that there's no point in me forcing myself to do things I don't want to do. If I want to be social today, I will go out there and I will be social. If I don't want to be social, then I will not be social. I'll be in my house and I'll be social with my Netflix, and it is all good, all well. I don't even need to try and be something else that I'm not. At the end of the day, you need to be able to show up and be present for what really matters to you. That's all I'm going to say on that point. Number 5. This one took me years to understand, but everything happens for a reason. There's nothing that happens to you because of coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. And sometimes we cannot see the reason right there at that moment. But when you look back onto that experience 3 months from now, a year from now, it all makes sense and it all adds up. But I will not say too much on this point. You get what I'm saying? Everything happens for a reason. That's it. Give yourself grace and learn as you go. Point number 6. Guys, you can't please everyone. You can't please everyone. And don't even try. It's exhausting. It's truly exhausting. The moment you try and live your life to please people, then you're not living your true meaning. You have to understand that in this world, there will always be somebody who doesn't like you. Sometimes it's not even because you did anything to them. They just don't like you. And it's okay. We move. Next one. Simple as that. But you can't spend your 30s worrying about, oh, this person doesn't like me. Who cares? Other people like me. I like myself. Point number 6. Don't try and please everyone. Like, guys, don't. It's exhausting and it's really not worth it. Don't get caught up worrying about what other people think about you. I mean, life is too short. It's way too short to spend it living other people's expectations of you. You can't please everyone. So don't even try to make it your goal. This is one lesson that I wish I had told myself when I was 13 or 12. That none of it will matter 10 years from now. And it doesn't. So yeah, guys, it's just exhausting and it's not worth it. Guys, point number 7. Please don't be too hard on yourself. Guys, we are all doing our level best in this world. And there's no point in you burdening yourself and carrying all this guilt of feeling like you're not good enough. You are good enough and you are doing your best. Whether as a mom, whether as a sibling, whether as a parent, with anything, let's cut ourselves some slack. That is something that I am learning to do, because we put this pressure on ourselves, try and be perfect in everything, and you can't. You have to remember that we are all trying to figure out life. No one has it figured out. We are all trying to figure out life, and there will always be something that you feel like you're not doing good enough like the next person. The moment you start comparing yourself to the next person, that's when we add unnecessary pressure onto ourselves, which is not even worth it. Point number 8. You are stronger than you think. I'm going to repeat this point. You are stronger than you think. Everyone knows personally what they've been through. And you know where you come from. And you know how you get here. You know how you got here. If you look back to where you come from to here now, don't you really think you're stronger than you think? Did you really ever think you would get through that certain circumstances for you to be where you are today? I don't think so. But look back now and you realize just how strong you are. So never underestimate yourself. You got this. Point number 9. In a week, we only have 7 days. 7. Nothing more than that. And some days not one of them. So let's stop procrastinating. Let's stop postponing our dreams, the things that we feel we want to succeed in. Why do you have to keep saying someday? Why do you have to say, I'll join the gym someday, I'll start running someday, I'll start that career someday, I'll start this someday? For me, that used to be me. YouTube used to be my someday. I would be like, no, maybe when I'm 40, life will make more sense. No, maybe when I'm this, maybe when I'm that. And today I am here. And to be honest with you, I enjoy sitting here and talking to you guys because it is something that I am passionate about and I enjoy it. But if I had waited for someday, when is that someday going to come? Point number 10. Learn to only compete with yourself. Guys, I'm going to repeat this even for myself. Learn to only compete with yourself. Nobody else matters. This is your race. This is your life. Why do you have to look at someone else and try and compete with them? It's not worth it. Work your journey and thrive every day to do your personal best. That's all we can do. You will be so much more happier than when you sit and try and compare yourself with somebody else. So just focus on improving yourself, your mindset, your health, your mental, everything. Just focus on improving you and being the better version of how you were a year ago. Grow mentally rather than putting pressure on yourself, looking at someone saying, God, why don't I have that life? That person looks more happier. You don't know what's going on in their mind. You don't know what's going on in their household. So why waste your energy comparing yourself to someone else? Point number 11. Guys, everyone has a love language. Okay? This is something I definitely had to learn on my 30s, that there are certain things or a gesture that someone does for you and it has way more meaning than that person ever expects it to have. For me, let me give you an example with me. For me, love language is touch. Love language is cooking for my family. Love language is me doing something for the people that I love. Love language for me is someone just surprising me out of nowhere with something. And those are the little things that warm up my heart. But if you don't even know yourself enough to understand or to invest in understanding what makes you happy, what are the little things that tick your heart, then you're constantly going to be frustrated. And everybody deserves for their love languages to be met. That's the way that we receive love. Those are the things that have meaning to you, where you feel you are loved. And when you know your love languages, it will also help you understand yourself even more. Point number 12. Guys, have a vision board. Have a vision board. Like I can speak onto that until tomorrow. Like I started my vision board when I was in varsity. I think when I finished varsity, that's when I started to understand the meaning behind it. And for me, it wasn't some voodoo or whatever. It was, God, this is what I want. And I pray about it. I talk to him about it. But at the end of it all, I say, above everything, may your will be done. And if I can tell you, for the past few years, when I look back, because I always do my vision board beginning of the year, when I look back and I look at everything that I prayed for, everything that I noted down there, it's either it was done even way better than I expected, or yes, it wasn't done, but I'm on my way to it. I have started the path for it. For example, when I wrote beginning of this year that I wanted to start a YouTube channel, it was like, I wanted to take it down. I was like, you're being crazy. There's no way you're going to do that. But I am here today. I am here today, and I couldn't be more proud of myself for being consistent and for following what I'm passionate about and for following the things that I love. So guys, do not take for granted a vision board. If I can tell you, this house, we manifested it. Our car, everything, my family, everything are things that I prayed for, are things that I wished for. I always used to joke to say, sometimes I feel like I matured way too earlier than my age group. And I am happy in this space. For me, this is the kind of life that I prayed for. And I am happy. So guys, I do not take for granted the power of vision board. Whether it's for your career, whether it's for your family, whether it's for your dreams, whatever it is, do not take for granted the power of vision board. Point number 13. The power of having it all is by you realizing that you already have it all. I think in our lives, we have this picture where we are like, no, you know what? If I can get that, then I'll be happy. Then you get them, then you want the next thing. Instead of enjoying the moment, enjoying every single part of your life where you are at, you're so focused on the next thing that you miss out. You miss out on the little happiness of the things that you have right now. You miss out on gratitude. You miss out on being grateful for what you have, because you forget that what you have is someone else's prayer. I'm going to repeat that. You forget that what you have is someone else's prayer. You are too blinded to even see that you are where someone else wished they could be. So be grateful. Yes, it may not be where you want to end, but it never ends. You have to remember that. This is just a stepping stone for you to get to where you want to go. But in each moment, take time to pause and be grateful. And remember to thank God, not only for the big things, but for the littlest things in life, because He is a part of all those things. Point number 14. This one is quite close to my heart. Guys, family is everything. Whether it's a family where you were born, whether it's a family where it comes from you and your partner, family is everything. This one resonates with me so well, and is something that I got to understand a lot more of on my 30s. There was a time when I was having a major surgery, and all my siblings dropped everything that they had to do at work. I remember it was on a Wednesday. It was on a Monday. It was not even a Wednesday. It was on a Monday. And all my siblings dropped everything that they were doing to come and be with me at the hospital. They took leave from their jobs and they came there. My surgery was supposed to be at 11, so I had to be at the hospital from 6. They were there from that time. And I don't know if my siblings realize this, I don't know if I've ever told them, but that day for me, it made me feel loved. It made me feel important. My siblings were there. My husband was there. Unfortunately, my parents couldn't come this side. So it was okay because they knew my siblings were there. But just sitting with them and talking, it helped ease my mind. It helped me also not to feel stressed about the procedure. And even when I went in for the to the theater for the procedure, I had this calm spirit in me of knowing that even if I don't make it out, I was loved. I was cared for. I had people that had my back constantly. Like, we come from a family where we are quite close-knitted. And I think that is something that I do pray that my kids can also get to experience it. But yeah, guys, we're at an age where, for me, family matters. That is me. I think especially now that I have kids, I get this concept more than anything. Point number 15. Yo, guys, this one, I cannot emphasize it enough. Vacations are essential. Whereas the vacation should even fall under a need, it's no longer a want. There's nothing more relaxing than being in a different environment than the environment where you are constantly on. Ask my husband, I'm one person who, when I'm on vacation, I am happy. My kids, they love vacation. My husband, we all love vacations. Like, guys, vacations are of utmost importance. Whether it's a vacation with you and your partner, which is so important. Even when you are married, you need to make time for you and your partner. Vacations of you and your partner and your kids, it is also so important. But these are the things that we end up taking for granted, and we want to live our lives for work and everything else. Guys, let's take time out. I love good things, Shem. And taking time out is just one of those things that really, really does refresh me. So guys, vacations are essential. Let's take care of ourselves. Let's rest. Let's allow ourselves to pause everything and just rest. Point number 16. Yo, I think now that I'm a career woman, I get this more than anything. Guys, work will always be there. If you die today, the company will replace you by next month, even by tomorrow. Do you understand that? With or without you, the company will continue. With or without you, the company will not collapse. The moment you understand that and stop living your life for your job and prioritize your mental health, your physical health, everything, and take time off, guys. You don't owe a company nothing. Take time off to rest and look after yourself. I know people from work who they feel so guilty if they take leave. Some people even take leave and still go with their laptops wherever they are going. And you're like, why? For me, when I'm off, I'm off. By the time I come back, I don't even remember my password. I need to recall it or whatever. But the point is, work will always be there. Take time for family. Take time for yourself. Like, I cannot miss a concert at my son's school because of work. No. Work can wait. I'll pack you, I'll come back to you. But my son will always remember that mommy or daddy showed up to that concert and she was there and she was cheering up for me. Those are the kind of memories that we want to live with our loved ones. Not the fact that mommy and daddy were always working. You don't want that in life. Point number 17. This one, I actually thought of it the other day, where I looked at my kids and how happy they were. And then I was reminded that if you truly want to see what true happiness is, look at your kids. Have you seen the littlest things that matter to kids that makes them so happy? And yet we are in this adult life where we are stressed every day. Instead of seeing the good every single time, you are seeing the bad, everything that is going wrong in your life. Sometimes just be a childlike. Just be in a moment. And if you just want to get a piece of that, sometimes sit down with your kids and just play at their level. You'll be amazed at how much that warms up your heart. So yeah, guys, I get it. Adult life is stressful. But sometimes I do think we all have inner child in us who still wants to smile, still wants to be happy. So yeah, I would definitely say, if you want to see what true happiness is, look at your children. Point number 18. Guys, we need to get 32. We're on 18. Gratitude is the key to happiness. I will repeat it. Gratitude is the key to happiness. Learn to be grateful with the littlest things that you have, and God will bless you with even more. We are so busy chasing life that we don't have time to pause. Just stop and look around and be grateful for everything that we have. Remember that it's never perfect. Perfect is how you decide to look at it. Perfect is how you decide to be grateful for what you have. In life, choose to focus on the positive and be happy. Guys, you can't wait until a certain thing happens for you to be happy. Every day of you being alive, be grateful. Every day of you knowing that you have a job to wake up to go to, be grateful. Every day of you being surrounded by people that love you, be grateful. But we're so busy with chasing the next thing that we don't have time to really appreciate where we are at this moment right now. And that is something that I'm also learning, that sometimes in life, just stop and be grateful. Point number 9. This one is personal. This one I feel like it's a personal attack to me. Let your husband do things his way. Yes, it doesn't have to be perfect in your eyes. As women or as mothers, we have these, it's only right if I do it myself. And that is something that I am learning to let go of. I used to have this, no, you need to do it in a certain way. But then I had to remember that my husband grew up in a different family which has different values. I grew up in a different family with different values. And today we come and we become one thing. It's up to us to choose what values do we want to continue to the next generation. And it's okay to understand that you are two different people. You are two different people and you must embrace that. But you have to trust that whether you are working together on parenting, whether you are working together on finances, whether you are working together on raising your children or on your marriage, both of you bring your A game and be the best that you can be. And both of you need to be open-minded to understand that we are not the same people, but then how do we find a compromise to meet each other halfway? So as women, we need to stop this whole thing of it's only right if I do it myself. It's exhausting, guys. It is exhausting. God gave us partners for a reason. God gave us loved ones for a reason. And we need to allow other people to also express themselves and do things their way. Point number 20. This one is home. Guys, go for counseling. There is no shame in going for counseling. For me, this one is quite personal. I made a decision to say I wanted to start counseling. Not because I had a mental breakdown or anything, no, but it was for me. I realized that there are certain characters that we grow up with, whether it's from how you were raised or is how your family was, that you find yourself in your adulthood now practicing the same characters because it is what is known to you, it is what is normal to you. I'll give you an example. Me with my kids, right? If I'm frustrated, I would shout. And looking back, I realized that that is how my mom was. And with her, it was how she knew how to manage her emotions, and she didn't know anything else different. But with me, because I grew up under that situation, I have a choice to do it differently. I know my mom didn't shout because she didn't love me. No, it's just how she knew how to express herself. But for me, if I can go and repeat that same cycle, then I'm just being intentional about it. I'm the one who is choosing to continue the damage cycle onto my kids. So for me, I'm just giving you an example, but for me, counseling was more of me understanding myself. It was more of me accepting who I am and getting to the root cause of why I do certain things the way I do them, and understanding that I needed to forgive my inner child. I needed to forgive my inner child, that little girl who maybe certain things weren't done the way she hoped they would have. But I am here today, and I grew up with parents that loved me and who did their best under the circumstances. And I would love to do it differently from them, but still doing my best under my circumstances. So yeah, guys, let's go for counseling. There are so many things that as black people we don't want to talk about, and there's nothing that is more safer. I believe, for me, counseling is such a safe space. You know how good it feels to go and vent to a stranger. Have you ever met a stranger and started venting? That's how it feels like in counseling. And sometimes you need that. You need that because it helps you know yourself way more than you ever thought you did. So yeah, guys, consider going for counseling. Point number 21. Worry less, pray more. There was this quote which said, worry is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but doesn't take you anywhere. We spend so much time worrying over things that we cannot change. How many things have you worried about? Like, how many things have you actually took your time worrying for days and days and days, and you knew you couldn't change it? For me, I am now at that age where I practice worry less, pray more. If I don't know which direction to go, what to do, I'm going to pray about it. God will guide me. It's that simple for me. But me spending time worrying, what is it going to change? Am I going to change anything by worrying? No. So then why should I spend my energy worrying? I mean, I've spent so much time worrying over things that I couldn't change. And now when I look back, I'm like, why did I even waste my energy on worrying over that? So yeah, guys, worry less, pray more. That's my motto. Point number 22. Guys, fitting in is overrated. Fitting in is overrated, and that is something that took me so long to get. I don't have time. If it is not for me, it is not for me. Me trying to fit in onto this world and trying to be something else that I am not at this age, it's exhausting. So I'm just being honest. Whether I'm a nerd, whether I'm an introvert, whether for me spending time with my family, I find it entertaining, whether me spending time alone, I find it entertaining, that is me. I'm not going to try and be something else that I'm not. So fitting in is overrated. You are okay the way you are. Accept yourself, understand yourself, and love yourself. Simple. Point number 23. Never thought I would say this, but guys, my 30s are better than my 20s. I felt lost in my 20s. I would constantly try and fit in. I would constantly try and be something that I'm not. I'll be so stressed up worrying about the future and how my life is supposed to turn out and how things are not going according to plan and how this, how that. Mara, you know, that is you understand yourself. That is you understand who you are. Every single day you are growing into becoming what you have always envisioned yourself to be. And you don't have time to spend worrying over things that don't matter. Like, that is, we are focusing on things that actually matter to us, things that develop us, things that give us growth, things that are good for my mental health, nothing else. Like, at this age, I am confident in who I am and in what I want. And that is something that I honestly did not have in my 20s. So for me, I would say so far, the 30s are even better than I expected. I used to look at people who were 30 back then and think, so old. And here I am. I feel so young. So yeah, guys, you're as old as you think you are in your head. Point number 24. Guys, let's learn to be present. Especially in the world we are living in, where is devices everywhere. Whether it's your phone, it's your laptop, it's the TV, it's this, it's that. We sometimes forget to zone out and just be present. We can be so busy. And this is something that we're also talking about with my husband, to say, sometimes he can come back here from work and I just knocked off also, we finished having dinner, the kids are watching TV, we are on our phones. And then you realize that you do realize we are here, but we are not here. And it's something that we are really practicing on, to say, guys, let's put everything away and let's just spend time together. Whether it's time to talk to the kids or, time to talk to each other. But guys, being present is everything. Whether it's at work, whether it's at home, whether it's with your family, with your friends. Guys, that notification on your phone, it can wait. That show on the TV, it can wait. Let's learn to spend time with the people that we love while we still have them. Point number 25. Choose to be happy with the things you have right now, instead of being fixated with the future. This I have repeated. Guys, you cannot postpone your happiness until you get something, this certain thing. You will get it and then you will still not be happy. Be happy right now. Be present. Be on the now and be happy and appreciate what you have right now. Look for the positive in what you have and celebrate that and be happy. Point number 26. When it comes to love, any relationship, you choose to be intentional, because love is about how you make it work. You know, growing up watching TV, right? We used to get this idea of what marriage is, what a perfect marriage is, or what a perfect relationship is. Then you forget that those people are acting. In reality, a marriage or a relationship is what you make it to be. The moment you start to compare yourself with other people, you're going to crumble, you're going to lose yourself. But the moment you start to understand that this is us, this is what works for us, this is what makes us happy, this is how we appreciate each other, then you will understand that love is work. It's about how you make it work and being intentional about it. Love is not a feeling that you switch on and off. It's an intentional doing that you do every single day. Whether in the littlest things that you do that you know your person love, or the other person does for you that they know you love. Guys, love is work. It does not just fix itself. It doesn't do itself. You work on it. And there's nothing that is more sweeter than being married to your best friend. Being married to somebody who makes you laugh so hard until everything hurts. That for me is something that I wouldn't settle for anything less than that. Point number 27. You do realize that you are an expert of your own life, right? As much as you may go and try and get advices from other people about decisions that affect your life, first learn to listen to your heart. No one knows you better than you know yourself. The moment you understand that, you'll be empowered. The moment you understand who you are and you take time to understand yourself and learn yourself, you will be empowered. You will understand that, listen to what's here in your heart. Because no one else knows you better than you know yourself. You live with yourself. You're with yourself 24/7. Why would you think somebody else knows you better than you do? I'm not saying don't get advice from other people, but I'm saying learn to listen to your inner heart. Imagine yourself to be your own best friend. Do you get me? And give yourselves advice. Trust me, it helps. As I said, no one knows you better than you. Point number 28. You will never know until you try. You will never know until you try. So stop overthinking that thing that you want to do. Get up and do it. If you fail, you know you're going to learn something from it. If you fail, we get up and we try again. If we fail, we know we did not come out empty-handed. You came out with something. What if it works out? What if you don't fail? But how will you know until you try? You have to remember that we are all trying to figure life out. You're never going to get to an age where you say, I think I have it all figured out. You're never going to get to that point. But be intentional about the now. If you have something you want to do, start today. Do it. Don't overthink it. Just do it. Point number 29. I think this one, a lot of people might relate to it. But guys, forgive your parents. We put our parents into this pedestal of they have to be perfect people. We forget that our parents are also people. The moment you see your parents as people, you will understand as you journey into this adulthood that life is not easy. So I don't know what you might need to forgive your parents for, but I'm saying forgive your parents and see them as people, as human beings who make mistakes just like you. The same grace you would want to be given by your children is the same grace that you should also practice onto your parents. A lot of us carry anger from childhood traumas or things that happened when we were young, things that we cannot even change anymore. Why? Because we looked at our parents with these high standards of this is how they were supposed to be. Today, you are a parent yourself. How is it going? Are you perfect? Okay. Point number 30. We're almost there, guys. Just 2 more to go. Make time for things that excite you. Whether it be sleeping, going to the gym, watching Netflix, spending time in the garden, whatever. Make time for things that excite you. You know why? When you refill your own cup, then you have more to pour onto other people. But if you don't even have time to refill your own cup, when you are empty, trying to fill everybody else's cup, what are you going to fill their cups with if you are empty? So focus on yourself, love yourself, put yourself first. That's important. Sometimes being selfish is okay. Point number 31. Hey, this one, guys, learn to tell people that matter to you that you love them. If there's one thing that COVID taught us is life is short. We lost a lot of loved ones during COVID in unexpected ways, and for some it felt like you didn't get time to say the things you wanted to say. So I am learning to be able to just call my siblings and say, guys, I love you. Why? Because I do. To call my parents and say, guys, I love. To tell my kids, my partner, guys, I love you because I do. And those are the memories that they're gonna remember. Not how much money you gave them, not this, not that, but how you felt about them and how you appreciated them. As I said, life is short. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Point number 32. And this is the last one. The most important person is yourself. The moment you learn to prioritize yourself, you will understand that when I fill my cup to be like this, then I give my all to everyone. I do not give half empty, half full. I give my all to everyone. So guys, let's learn to prioritize ourselves, whether it's in our health, whether it's in our mental state, whether everywhere, whether it's at home, at work. Prioritize yourself, understand yourself, take care of yourself, because that is important. Guys, there's so much that I can say when it comes to these points, but this is where I want to end. These are just a few things that I felt I needed to talk about today because they resonate with me so well. So guys, if you have more things that you feel you have learned at the age where you are at today, please feel free to leave a comment. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really hope the video was informative, because that is what we aim for. But yeah, guys, I really enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe if you are new, so that you don't miss out on the next content that is still coming through onto this channel. But guys, thank you so much for watching. That's it from me. Bye for now.